Okay, I want to say this at the beginning and maybe even say it again at the end. And it might come across like it's just as much of a cop out, but it's important that I say this and make it like super, super clear. Um, These videos, 2025 Cake Crash, everything on the channel 2025 Cake Crash is actually content happening in a fictional universe. All of this is done for entertainment purposes. Or it's either entertainment or music. This is not education. This is not educational content. If you want educational content regarding any topic, gun safety or otherwise, this is not the place for that. This is a place for entertainment and fiction and like hyper realistic world building. I just want to make that completely clear. And yeah, I know it's a cop-out. I know it's just as much of a cop-out as all those people who go train with the experts, go consult with the experts. Like, yeah, ultimately you're watching my video. Ultimately what I say about gun safety, even if it's in a fictional universe context, ultimately this is just a narrative built around, you know, a species that doesn't even exist. You know, it's my original species talking to each other. You know, it's a script. It's part of a big book. In context, it's fiction, but in practice, yeah, you know, I am doing my, you know, the best of my abilities to have due diligence to, you know, convey meaningful, valuable information. But ultimately, it's entertainment. It's not education, and it's a fictional world, not the real world. For every single video on the 2025 Cake Crash channel or project or anything associated with 2025 Cake Crash is for entertainment purposes. It's all occurring in a fictional universe. I just need to make that completely clear. And I will be saying it multiple times throughout, just to maintain that. You know, anyway, enjoy the video. Thank you so much for watching. Hello. Here we go. All right, there's my leg. Today I learned stuff that's not really the theme of these videos anymore, but it's kind of funny anyway. And so I'm actually, you might find it hard to believe, I'm gonna try to make this video as like quickly as I can. So today I learned some stuff. No, let me say it better. Okay. Yeah, I learned that if you don't like my videos, you can make your own YouTube channel. No one's stopping you. No one is stopping you from making your own YouTube channel. So, yeah, that's a thing. If you don't like my videos, nobody's making you watch them. And so I just wanted to say that at the beginning of my video, because I thought it was clever. So I'm out here in the park, out in the middle of Missouri, watching the birds and trees and plants and doing some drawing. I wanted to show this off before coloring. Really, I'm coloring. I'm not drawing, I'm coloring. I wanted to show this off before we get into the inevitable gun safety lecture. But I wanted to show this. I'm so happy with this thing. It's so cool. It's super, super fun. So here we go. Let's zoom. We'll adjust our zoom. We're gonna bring it back in. And look, it's the Auto Hoax coloring book, and I colored some. I even used crayons, like on the cover. You can see there's crayons. I actually went out and I got some crayons. And it's just simple. I have like a bajillion colored pencils, but I just got like the 24 pack of crayons, and I made this coloring today. I'm so happy with it. I'm always like kind of perfectionist, like, oh, I'm gonna do, you know, most of the book. You can tell I started with those little flowers at the top. Ooh, all right, hold on. Yeah, I started with those flowers at the top of it, and just to get, like, I haven't colored with crayons since like literally being a small child. And it's so fun, like the memories, like you open up a box of crayons and you can like smell the wax, and there's all these associations. Hey, aw, cute little puppers. Some dude with his dogos. That's cool. Yeah, and you have all those memories from being a kid when you like go and interact with those objects. I picked a bad color for this bottom text here. It doesn't show up very well. Meditations on Media Fakery. The auto hoax it, you know, steel colors, the orange and white. That turned out great. Might be kind of hard to read. I added this little text bubble. He's saying, oh gosh, this tree full of ketchup too. Because he's like, it looks like blood on the chainsaw, but it's actually ketchup because it's a fake tree. Oh gosh, it's so fun. I love this book. It's all the quotes in it are super powerful, amazing, great, you know, philosophical food for thought quotes. I'm pretty happy with all that. And I'm looking forward to doing more coloring. Eventually I might record myself coloring, but I'm gonna get, for all of our mutual benefits, like, it might be hard to believe, like, if you're actually like observing the content I'm making, you'd be like, quality from 2025 Cake Crash? Get the hell out of here. This is not a quality channel. But it really is. It's like, and it's also like personal development. Like this is like self-discovery. I wasn't not even like fully aware of how passionate about gun safety I was until I made that gun safety video. And I've been doing a lot of reflection. I've been doing a lot of writing. I have a very, I started out trying to write a list of everything that I didn't mention in that original gun safety video, and it's turned into kind of a big script. All right, I'll let you go for now here. I just kind of give you guys a little mini preview. We're just going to do a little preview micro lecture on the gun safety topic. Here, this is the cover page of it actually. And so some of these are blanks. I'm going to give you guys, okay, this is the meat of it. And I haven't even done everything. This is not including the transcript of the video, because I've only done like here's the very beginning of my handwritten transcript of that very first Gun Safety 101 video, and that's going to all be added to this book of gun safety, which eventually will be a book. Right now it's just a video script because I'm going to have to go through all this again. I'm going to go through all this all over again after I read all of this to a video, and then I'm going to go over it and give it a fine cleanup, and maybe at that point we're going to have a book ready, a publishable gun safety book. So look forward to that. I really, you know, if I don't want this video to take forever, I'd actually go ahead and document every single page, because, like, oops, that part's not even, don't even look at that page, the politics page. Like, I don't care. I don't pick sides. Gun safety is not pro-gun or anti-gun topic. It's neither of those. It's a philosophical and ethical stance. And because rather you want to ban the guns or legalize the guns, you want to practice gun safety. Otherwise, you're just a dangerous hypocrite. That's my summary of the On Politics page. I guess it's too late. You can go ahead and rewind and pause and read the whole thing, you know. But yeah, there's a lot in here. I think I counted. I did do a recent count. This is only two-sided page so far. I think there's a little fucking kind of joke about food safety. Like, ultimately, I'm going to push myself to make, once I finish the gun safety book, I'm going to make myself learn and produce a food safety book that is just as in-depth as the gun safety book. So this is what we were at, like 41 pages, not including the transcript of gun safety 101 video that I already put out. That's going to also be added into this total page count. Like, that's not the main focus. I'm just kind of like, why haven't you posted a video in over a week, Kate Crash? What are you doing? This is what I've been doing. You know, I've been, you know, doing my due diligence. I've been following my passions and being socially responsible by sharing potentially life-saving list of information. Any piece of information in this entire manuscript, you know, could potentially save somebody's life. All this is potentially life-saving information if you're actually going to be ever handling or interacting with firearms at all, ever. So it's very important, and it's, you know, come hell or high water, we're gonna fucking publish a whole bunch of videos, and we're gonna publish a book. Because it's every day, bro. It's every day, bro. And that's how we do it. You know how we do it. Anyway, so that's the gun safety book, and I kind of wanted to do some like lectures with props and stuff. Ew, gross, my legs. Okay, so here's some props, and they're not just props, these are actually functioning firearms. And I got some bullets too. I've got some bullets here. I'm gonna show you guys some things about guns today. Honestly, we're 10 minutes in. You're gonna have to look at my ugly legs today. I never wear shorts, but here I am, you know, wearing shorts. So this is a 45-410 pistol. It's a manually rotated pepper box, and as you can see, I wanted to cover a few topics, and here's the first one. You see these both? One is red and one is black. This is the exact same load. Both of these are 3-pellet buckshot. And the point of that is to explain that it doesn't matter what the color of the shotgun shell is. You should always look at the head stamp. Don't just assume that because it's red it's 12 gauge and it's yellow it's 20 gauge. No, read the head stamp. Which both of these are 410s. And as you can see, 410 drops in just fine. And I have another bullet. This is a 45 Colt. And that one drops in just fine. And so these are safe to fire. I mean, don't get me started about Linad firearms, but as far as like a 410 45 Colt pistol, these rounds are all A-okay. There's two 410s and a 45 Colt. And whoa, what's this bullet? This bullet is a 454 Casull. And check this out. Bam. Just like that. You can chamber it. Don't ever do what I'm about to do. You can load it. Right now there's a 454 Casull round in this 410 45 Colt pistol. If I was to fire it, there's a good chance this gun is gonna blow up immediately by me choosing to fire that round. So the point of me doing this is to show you guys that just because you can chamber a round, it doesn't mean you can fire it. And a lot of guns can chamber rounds that they should not fire. They're not rated for that high pressure. 454 Casull is operating in excess of 60,000 PSI. It will destroy a 410 45 shotgun, pistol, handgun, whatever. You can jam it into the chamber, you can pull the hammer back, and you can pull the trigger, but it's gonna have consequences. Potentially really bad ones. So that was my first demo. I wanted to show you guys that. Here's a 9mm casing, just standard 9mm Blazer, just for size comparison. And the other thing I wanted to show was this guy here. This is a fun gun, and there's a lot of takeaways we can get from this. This is a top break 32 caliber 6-shot thingy, and these guns are really old. This gun has no markings for what caliber it is, nothing. The only marking is right at the top. It says Forehand Arms, Worcester, Massachusetts. I can't read all of it. Patent December 86, January. Oh, it's December. There's a date. Whatever. December 1st, 86, January 11th, 8. Is that an 80? 87. So we can tell this gun is not older than 1887. This gun was probably only meant for, and I see I'm just flagging my leg here, even though I just showed it was on empty, and we should always point the gun in a safe direction. Don't be like me. Never fucking put a 40-54 Casull in your 410-45. You know, I'm doing things that I'm gonna later tell you not to do as part of the safety demonstration. And anyway, so I have these two bullets, the last two bullets. One of these is a 32 Smith & Wesson. One of these is a 32 auto, 32 automatic, 32 ACP. It has metric designations as well. The point is, once again, I'm going to demonstrate some 32 autos. Like I have a Smith & Wesson, an early Smith & Wesson, and 32 Smith & Wesson, not 32 auto, but you can't jam the 32 ACP in there. It won't seat. You can't close the revolver. But this one you can. So you can see I've put both the 32 ACP and the 32 Smith & Wesson, and bow, it's chambered. If I was to fire this gun with 32 ACP, it'd probably explode. In fact, honestly, this 32 Smith & Wesson shell that I have, just because it's 32 Smith & Wesson, this gun was probably designed for black powder use. There, I flagged myself again. This is probably a black powder only gun. This round, even the properly marked new manufacturer 32 Smith & Wesson is using nitro powder. It's using smokeless powder. This is probably overpressure for what this gun is. And you can see I'm really fucking up right there. I'm just demonstrating the wobbliness of the lockup and stuff. Like, that's probably a result of many people shooting the smokeless nitro rounds. And you can see the longer cylinder. You might think, oh, is this gun meant to be chambered for 32 long? No, probably not. The reason why it has this long cylinder is because they use the same frame size to make 38 Smith & Wesson short, or just 38 Smith & Wesson, and the 32s. So they're not going to make the cylinder shorter just because it's 32 short. Maybe it was meant for 32 long. I don't know. Nobody, you know, the documentation on these old guns is not that great. And honestly, you know, it's not recommended to ever fire them, even though, like, once again, you know, the reason we have these kind of safety rules is like, yeah, in a perfect world, you just, you know, collect this thing, you never fire it. But like, yeah, I've fired it. I've fired it with these nitro rounds. And you know what? I've had multiple squibs. You know, with I didn't reload these. They fucking squib from factory rounds. And why that is, possibly age, possibly oil exposure. Like, because these are collectible guns, so not necessarily this one, but like old school 32s, you know, it's like the Smith & Wesson that I have is like a collectible, valuable thing. Maybe not super valuable, but it's not something you can easily find in good condition. Anyway, the point is, like, maybe oil from the gun got into this round. It's not like a combat, you know, round. It's not probably sealed. You know, there could have been oil that caused the powder to get bad. It could be a result of just the bore condition being really rough, reducing the velocity, causing squibs. But yeah, I mean, I would never encourage someone to do this, but yeah, if you're gonna, you know, the more time you spend with old guns, the more likelihood of you're encountering a squib. round. And I can demonstrate some other stuff. You know, the thing about, like, this gun doesn't really do it, but like, see how that firing pin is protruding? And then when I let off the trigger, the hammer resets. Not all guns have that hammer reset. Some guns, you know, especially these old ones, once you've let the hammer down, maybe you shot all 6 rounds and you broke it open, that hammer is not going to be in the safe position. You're going to have to manually put that thing back into half cock in order to get that firing pin to go back into the frame. Because if that firing pin is forwards and you snap this gun closed, you could easily cause it to fire, and it might fire like not fully locked up, and those are really bad things that you don't want to happen. So that's today's quick and dirty lecture about gun safety. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the show. Give you some nice park B-roll to kind of decompress after all that information I just bombed you with. Kind of practice. Like, a lot of this is practicing and learning. And like, yeah, I want to get the information out here, but you know, this is just a little preview, precursor, practice warm-up to the big 101.1 gun safety video that is on the way. As you saw that script, I'm pretty happy with those 41 pages. I think it's very thorough. I don't want it to be excessively long. There's gonna be 2 versions ultimately. There's going to be the full version and then the non-personal version. And the full version is going to be everything. And in the non-personal version, I'm going to meticulously remove every single personal reference every time I say I or me, or any time I'm telling any excessive story that's personal, and make it 100% focused exclusively on gun safety practices without any personal bullcrap ranting stuff. And I'm gonna probably have to read the script a couple times through. Like, even once I get the script fully written out for Gun Safety 101, when I reread that in front of the camera, I'm gonna be able to speed read it. So that 1 hour long video, when I'm reading the script for the second time through, I'd probably be able to take it down to 45 or 30 minutes just by reading it quickly. Like, there's a lot of dead air and silence, and some of that is intentional. There's times in that Gun Safety 101 video where I like dramatically pause to add emphasis, like when I'll say it again because it's so super important and fundamental to understand that, like, the gun safety rules work together. Dramatic pause. Keeping your finger off the trigger and pointing the muzzle in the safe direction. Both of those rules work together. So that way, if you mess up one, you don't mess up both. And you're still safe. No injuries, no negligent discharges. Just, whoops, I flagged somebody. You just saw me flag myself like 10 fucking times. But my finger wasn't on the trigger. You know, and you did see me touch the trigger. I clocked myself touching the fucking trigger. But it wasn't pointed at me when I touched the trigger. And I'm not saying that's okay. I said it before and I'll say it again. Never do what you just saw me do. Never, ever, ever stick a 32 ACP in a 32 Smith & Wesson revolver. Never stick a 454 Casull in a 45 Colt 410 revolver. Just don't do it. It's not safe. You know, these are demonstrations to show you dangerous conditions that can happen if you're not educated. And I'm hoping to inspire people. If you've watched this far, I hope I can inspire you to seek out further gun education, further safety education. Educate yourself about food safety. Educate yourself about how to safely operate a motor vehicle. all these videos are coming down the line, but there's other people who do the job way better than me. And you should definitely investigate and study all of the massive amounts, the massive bodies of work related to gun safety, food safety, vehicle safety, and all other things. You know, anything you practice in your daily life that is inherently risky, you want to have a routine of continuing education to be socially responsible, and you want to pay that forward. You know, like, yeah, it's embarrassing to make stupid YouTube videos and then you take a bunch of criticism for it. And like, what, I'm gonna stop? You think I'm gonna stop making gun safety videos just because I say too much or something? Whatever, you know, suit yourself. Go make your own YouTube channel. Anyway, have a good day. It's every day, bro. It's every day, bro. Peace and love. You know how we do it.